What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kyle. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in. Today's video, unfortunately, I'm not going to be getting out on the water, but I'm going to be covering my top 3 baits that I like to put on a drop shot. Being up here in Michigan, I throw a drop shot all the time. I catch a lot of fish on it and a lot of big fish on it. It's definitely a confidence bait for me personally. It's how I like to fish up here in these clear water fisheries we have in Michigan. And I love targeting smallmouth, so that's basically a given that I'm going to love drop shotting. So today I'm going to be covering my top 3 drop shot baits plus an honorable mention. So let's get right into it. So number 1 is going to be no surprise, but I got to get it out there because I catch so many fish on it. It is the Berkley Power Bait Max Scent Flat Nose Minnow and the Flat Worm. Both of them are very similar. They have the same max scent infused within them, which really help those smallmouth key in on them. And I honestly don't see much of a difference between the two styles, the flat-nosed minnow and the flatworm. They both catch fish. I think the biggest thing there is it's got a good, real small profile, and it also has that scent, which is huge, I think. So my 2 favorite colors for these baits are Goby, which is this color right here. And then my second favorite color is green pumpkin. Both these baits you can't go wrong with. I'm pretty confident you could go to any lake, at least in Michigan, pick these up, drop shot them, and catch fish. I don't know if it's purely the scent. I don't know if it's just a confidence thing for me because I've caught a lot of fish on them. But it sure seems like these baits get bit a lot more than some other drop shot baits. So that being said, I gotta have them in my top 3. So number 2 is the Hasdong made by Megabass. It's a little bit more of a sleeper bait, if you will. Not as many guys know about it, but there's definitely many guys that do. This is the closer look at the Hasdong shad. It's a 3-inch bait. It's very small, very finesse, and it has a little paddle tail. It's basically a tiny little swim bait that I like to just nose hook on a drop shot. So my favorite color is this Morocco. It's just really natural. It has that kind of gray top and that lighter bottom. It's a little bit translucent and really natural, really finesse. And my favorite time to throw this, when I think this bait truly shines, is when you get those bluebird calm days and these fish are not firing. They're really stingy and they don't want to commit. So that's where I love to pick this bait up right here. My favorite places to throw this bait right here is anywhere that there's current, any river, any mouth of river, any channel, anything with some sort of moving water, because every cast that paddle tail is just slowly ticking. It's super finesse, super small, and a lot of times it drives those fish over the edge, I think. And every single time that weight's ticking a rock or whatever you're fishing, that little Hasdong shad's going to bounce a little bit. It's going to kick harder, kick faster, and I think that's where a lot of your strikes come from. Alright, so here's my number 1 drop shot bait. It's the Z2. This is the full size, and this is the baby. Both of them work, both of them catch fish, both of them catch a lot of fish and big fish. My PB came off the baby. I've seen multiple 5+ pounders come off full size and babies. And something about it, I don't know if it's a profile, I don't know if it's because not as many guys are throwing it, but something about these baits just get bit. Alright, so here's a closer look at these baits. That's the full size and that's the baby right here. Quite a bit of difference in the size there, but as you can see, same exact profile, just a smaller scale. The really cool thing about this bait, another reason I love it, is it's purely elastic. So you can catch so many fish on this without ever losing it, without ever breaking it, and they're really durable, which is awesome when you're drop shotting and catching a lot of little bass. My favorite color is right here, Arkansas Shiner. So overall, I think the Z2 would probably take that number 1 spot as my favorite drop shot bait, just because it's so versatile and it's so durable. You can catch so many fish on it, and it's just got a really natural presentation. That small, slender minnow that every single lake has, at least up here in Michigan. Every single lake has some type of forage that looks like that, and I think that's why that bait shines. Because it's elastic, it also bounces around really well. Anytime you shake it or anytime you hit a rock, that bait's really going to kick hard and give it some awesome action. So those are my top 3 drop shot baits. Like I said, I think you could go to any lake in Michigan, pick up one of those 3 baits, put it on a drop shot, and catch bass. It's just going to come down to what those fish want on that specific day, on that body of water. But the honorable mention, I got to give it to the darter on this one. As you guys can see, the profile is a lot different than a lot of the other baits. It's a Goby imitation, and it works really well. Early spring is my favorite time to throw it. It's a really natural presentation. You can shake it a lot. Got that little tail on the back, and then all those rivets up front along the side of the bait. Give it some great action, and really give it a Goby-like presentation. So those are my favorite drop shot baits. I'm sure you guys have heard of most of them, if not all of them. But if you haven't, I'd definitely try them out. because they just flat out catch fish. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, please leave me a like or a comment down below. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.